Hello guys, welcome back. So in our last video, we have learned quite a lot of things. You can see the list here. That's the most important video in this series. In today's video, we'll learn how to create the timer UI, then we'll implement the timer logic. Later, we'll create the game over UI. We'll create a panel for game over and we'll implement the UI there and we'll implement the game over logic. After that, we'll use some ambient music like for the background. It will keep looping, keep playing. And once you select correct or wrong option, based on that, we'll play some sound effect. So first thing first, let's create the timer UI. Okay, so in our game panel, just right click on the game here, select the UI and we'll select the image. Okay, it comes somewhere in the center. Okay, so now from here we'll select here in the knob. Okay, and then we'll select some UI. Okay, for example, let's select the knob here and we can change the color as well for the knob. Let's say somewhere around green or something. We create, let's zoom in so that we can see. Okay, as of now it's pixelated. Later we'll change the image. Okay, so this is 100 by 100 width. So let's create it probably more than that, with 250 by 250 because we have enough space here. Okay, so this is our image here, and inside this image let's create another image. Okay, let's create one more image, and so the first image we'll call it as timer radial something. Okay, inside that another image, and here also we'll change the image to circle. Okay, so here it is knob, and this one will keep a height and width of 200. Okay, so now you can see it is the background is like a green color and the foreground is white color. And inside this image now we'll create one UI and TextMeshPro text. Okay, so let's see where TextMeshPro text. Okay, this one, right? And this would be our time text. Okay, let's change it to time text or whatever name you want, and change the color to somewhere black something, and we'll make it center aligned. Okay, so you can see here, and if you want you can make it all four side equal. So now you can see the yellow area is that much. So this is my timer text. So here only will show like 10, 9, 8 will show the counter timer. Okay, we'll start from a bigger number like 10, then we'll reduce the time by 1 second, 9, 8, 7, 6, like that. Okay, so now this text is little small. Let's increase the font size to somewhere 50. Okay, as of now I'm happy with that size. So this is my timer UI. Okay, now my UI is done. Now it's time to write some script for this timer to work. For that I have created one script called timer. So let me double click it. So here in this timer class I have created some variable and I have made this class as singleton, right? So let's understand each variable first. So I have taken one public image variable for radial image. Okay, I'll assign it in my editor, Unity editor. I've taken one TextMeshPro timer text, like whenever we have to reduce the time 10, 9, 8, 6, for that text to update. For that I have taken this variable. Time remaining, there is a float variable. This will tell me how much time is left. Next variable is again a float variable which says time to complete. That means how much total time I have to complete the to select my options. Okay, okay. These many variables are there in this class, and I have taken few more variable in my question manager class. Here I have taken one public bool variable is timer running, which will tell me whether the timer is running or not, and another I have taken one game object called timer radial. This one is to show or hide the timer game object. So let's see what I have done in this timer script. Okay, so in the awake method I have made it singleton. that means instance is equals to this. I made that singleton, and in start method I have taken the time to complete. I'm assigning the time to complete. That means my total time, how much is there, to this variable time remaining. Okay, this is very important step, or else your timer will not work. So here is your, we are assigning it, and the same value we are assigning in my text as well, so that it will show how much time I have total in the beginning. Later in update method, I'm checking is my timer is running or not. Okay, we have this variable here, timer is running or not. And then we are, if the time remaining variable, if it is greater than 0, I'm reducing the time by 1 second. So this time dot delta time, it will give you a in seconds value, okay, in milliseconds. And then we are rounding off to integer whatever time I'm getting, and updating my text here. And the same amount, now we are doing time remaining, how much time is remaining and how much time is complete. So it will give me some fraction of time, and that because that one I'm updating with the fill amount, radial image, the fill amount, right? So let me show you here. Okay, in my radial image, so this is my radial image. Here what we need to do, under this image section, it is image type is simple, we have to change it to filled, right? Under this field, now fill method, you have various options. So we'll select the radial 360. Okay, and fill origin starts from bottom. Okay, and the fill amount which we are updating here, right? This fill amount. So this fill amount, now if you drag this, now you can see it is starting from lower end. We don't need that. We want from top, so that it will reduce from top. Okay, so this is going anti-clockwise. What we can do, we can turn this anti-clockwise off. That means it will now open like this clockwise. Okay, now based on that, this is what we are doing here. The fill amount we are updating based on my remaining time. So here we are checking if the time remaining is greater than 0, that is my timer is still running, then we are updating this logic. If the time is over, that means time remaining is 0 or maybe less than 0 something. In that case, we are changing that boolean, is timer running is false, right? Whatever boolean we have taken here, is timer running is equals to false. So this is about whenever the timer is running, that is true. Whenever it is false, what we are doing, we are disabling or non making all the options non-interruptible. First of all, making the correct answer. So in that case, this what happens whenever you are playing and you are not selecting any option, right? And your time is over. So at the end, what will show? Will make all these buttons non-interruptible. Will show highlight the correct answer and will enable the next button. That is what we are doing here. Now, whenever user selecting any option, any of those four, what we are doing here under this return button text class, we are making that timer running is equals to false, right? So whenever it is false, my timer will not run anymore. So it will stop in that position, right? And in my question manager, what I'm doing, so whenever I'm starting a new question list, right? What we are doing here, we are making that timer running, time remaining is equals to time to complete, right? So whenever my next question comes, again it should start from that 10 seconds. Okay, and I'm making that boolean is timer running true, that one. And for safety purpose, we are checking this as well. If the timer radial, that means the game object whatever we have selected here, if this game object, if it is not visible, make it visible. Okay, so this much we are doing. And now this one is for if case, and in else case what we are doing, like whenever my game is over, that time we are hiding that timer. Okay, so this is all about the script. I hope you understood that. Now let's see in the Unity editor how it looks. So in my Unity editor, let's select the question manager. Okay, here I have to assign the timer radial. Okay, so this is my timer radial. Let's drag and drop the game object. Is time running? This is a boolean. That's fine. And now in this timer radial, I have to drag and drop this timer script. Okay, and inside this timer script, I have few more properties to assign. First is radial image, which is the same one. Let's drag and drop this one. Next is timer text, which is this timer text. Let's drag and drop here. And the time to complete is 10 seconds. Okay, that's fine. I'm happy with that. Later we can change that to maybe 30 seconds or something. Whatever amount you want, you can change it. Okay, so now I think all my things are all done. Let me just make it little down so that somewhere around, let's say 100. Okay, let's see. So let's play it and see what happens. So whenever my game starts, I'm hiding this game panel and showing only main menu. And whenever I click on the start button, you can see my timer started and this radial effect starts. Now, if you select any of this, now my timer stops there. Okay. And the next button appears, right? And if you don't select any option, okay, so out of this 4 you are not selecting any of this, so let's see what happens. So by default it will just highlight the correct answer. Okay, so timer is 0, it will highlight the correct answer and it will enable the next button. Okay, so in that case, if you select something wrong, in that case also it should stop and the next button should appear. Okay, now the timer logic is done. Now we'll start looking into the game over logic. Okay, first we have created the game over panel. Here you can see the game over panel. Here I have 3 text field. Okay, one is for status, one is for score, and one is for feedback. Right. So all these things will dynamically update from our script. And we have 2 buttons, one for like go to home screen and one for replay the game again. Okay, let's head back to scripting. Let's see what we have written. So here I have written one script for called game over. Okay, so this is again a singleton script and I have taken those 3 text field references here. Okay, for this 3 text field, status, score and feedback. Okay, so here this method I have written. So in this method what we are doing, if my score, like whatever my final score will be, if it is set of like whatever my total set of number, then that is a perfect, that means 10 out of 10. Okay, so in that case we are showing the status text as perfect. Score text we are showing you have scored, then this is a HTML tag. Okay, that this means it is bold, and then we are giving a green color. Similarly we are closing the color tag and the bold tag. So you have scored like whatever score I'll be showing here out of again some set of number. Okay, and this set of number I'm showing always green for every case. So in this case this is 10 out of 10. If my score is 7 to 9, it is less than 10, right? Less than set of number. So 7, 8, 9, if my score is there, in that case I'm showing well done. Color I'm showing yellow and I'm giving some feedback. Okay, first feedback is you are amazing if it is perfect match. If it is somewhere like 7, 8, 9 something, then I'm showing good, try again next time something. If my score is somewhere around 4, 5, 6, okay, you can see it is less than 7, that means 4, 5 and 6. So in that case I'm showing this things, and if it is below 4, that means I'm showing it is red color, and yes, I'm saying you need to improve a lot. Okay, here I'm showing orange color. So this is my method which I'll call whenever my game is over. I've written another method for replay. So in that case what we are doing, we are enabling the game panel, show game panel, and we are calling the question manager, that method again, show next options. Okay, this is done, and before finishing this method I'm resetting the question score and question index. Okay, this is a very important step here. So next let's head back to our question manager and see. Now this is my if case, whatever we are doing. If it is else case, okay, we don't need to write any of this now. I can remove all of this. I have to call only 2 things. One, I'll call the game over panel. That means I'll enable the game over panel. let me show you what I have written. This is under UI manager instance. Okay, so this game over panel, what we have done, we have taken a game object reference for game over panel. We have closed all panels. We have made it inactive, like set active false. And this method show game over panel, we are just enabling the panel. Okay, and we are calling that show game over panel here. And then we are calling the update game over status, which is my this game over status, whatever we have written. Now let's head back to Unity and see whatever we have done, and we need to just connect it. So here I've created one empty game object called game over, and I have attached the script here, game over. And now I've given the reference for all three text files, just dragged and dropped here, right? This is what next thing what I have done. In this home button, I've added this show main menu panel from my UI manager. Okay, and in my replay, I have from game over, I've called this replay method. Okay, so now let's see what happens. So whenever I start my game, by default it should hide and show me the initial screen. Okay, so this is my initial screen start. So my timer is running. Okay, so let me go to question manager and see everything is all correct. So let's select one by one. Okay, that's correct. Second is, let's say this one. First we'll try to achieve the 100%. Okay, that means 10 out of 10. Okay, that's question 1, then 4, and then again 4, again 4, again 4, again option 4, now option 3, and you can see here it is updating. Okay, the text has updated to perfect. You have scored whatever I'm showing 10. This is my score, and this is my set off, right? And because of that HTML tag, it's showing as green. And this is my feedback, and we have two buttons, right? Now let's click the replay button again. So replay button, now my game will start again. Now this time let's see, I have to score somewhere in the middle. Okay, somewhere, let's see, this one. Now next is 2, let's 3, next 2, next again 2, next again 3. Now my score is 7. Okay, next again 2, let's say 8, and done. Now if it is 8, now I'm showing this color as yellow. Okay, because of this, now you can see this is yellow. If it is perfect, it will show green. If it is somewhere 7 to 7, 8, 9, it will show yellow. 4 to 6, it will show orange, and below that it will show red. Okay, and if I click the home button, it should go back to my home screen. Now my game over logic and game over UI part is done. Now we'll head back to sound effect and ambient music. Okay, so for that I have downloaded few music and the clip from like various sources. So few things I've downloaded from Pixabay, and these are the sites where you can visit and you can download, or you can just do a Google search, and whichever sound fits for you, or whichever sound you feel it's good for your game, you can download and use it. Okay, so in my case I have downloaded this three sound, one for ambient music, one I have, this is my background music, it will be one for correct option. If I select the correct option, I'll play this sound, and if I select the wrong option, then I'll play this wrong sound of it. Okay, so let's head back to our script, and in our question manager I have already commented out few steps. So let's uncomment this thing. So what we need here, we need one audio source, okay, to play the sound effects, correct and wrong sound. So we have taken one audio source and two variable of audio clip, one correct and one wrong. And where we'll call this thing, we'll call it from our return button. So whenever we are clicking any button, we'll check if the option is correct, then we'll play question manager instance. This is the source, audio source, you can see here, this is the audio source. Then we'll call the method play one shot, that means it will play once, and then we'll pass the audio clip. which clip I want to play once. Okay. Similarly, if you are selecting a wrong option, then again we'll play the one shot, and this time we'll select the wrong clip. Okay, that's it. For this sound effects, let's see in our Unity how we can use this effects, right? So let's go to question manager. Now you can see there are two options, sound correct and wrong option. Let's drag and drop the correct one here and the wrong one here. You can see the file type is audio clip. Okay, and now we need one more audio source. So let's create empty game object. We can keep the name audio source or something, or audio effects, whatever name you want, you can rename it. Okay, let's reset it, and now here add component will call audio source. Okay, so we'll not change anything, whatever default is there, let it be. Let's see what happens. So whenever we select any correct option or any wrong option, whether my audio or effects are playing or not. Let's start. Now let's select something. Okay, now it's showing some error. Let's see, argument value cannot be null. Okay, why it is coming? Because in my question manager I have not given the reference. So let's drag and drop the audio effect, this one, game object. Now save it and play once again. Okay, it's compiled. Now let's click on start. Now if I click something, wow, nice, its sound came. One more time. Great. Let's say something wrong. One more. Nice. So this is my sound effect I can use. So these are like very simple, that just to give you understanding how can we can just drag and drop the effects. Now for this background music which we want continuously to play during my game. So in my main camera, what I can do, in any game object you can attach. In me, I think the main camera is a good place for my background music. So I just created one audio source, and this time I'll just drag and drop the ambient clip to this ambient audio clip, right? And I don't want my volume to so high, so I'll reduce somewhere 2 or zero point 0.2 or zero point 0.3 something, so that it will be not so much volume, right? Let's play once again. I hope you can hear that. Great. That's it for this video. See you in the next video.